my god, is it getting hot in here? It is really hard to talk with this moment.
Welcome to the last video in my Special Effects Basic series. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create burns using two different colors of gelatin. So we're going to be starting off with putting everyday makeup on only half of your face. This will allow the gelatin to stick better to the side without makeup, and will also create a more realistic look later on. To make the gelatin, we're going to be using Knox Unflavored Gelatin Powder and Glycerine by the company Humco, and we're going to be pouring equal parts of these into a microwave-safe container. Both of these can be picked up from your local supermarket or convenience store. Then we're going to pour in 1.5 parts of water and mix it all up so there aren't any clumps, but the mixture is a thick, goopy consistency. Then you're going to microwave the gelatin for 10 seconds until it becomes a much more liquidy consistency. Only heat up the gelatin in 10-second batches so it doesn't get too hot or ruin the mixture. Then I pour half of the gelatin into another container, and in one half I'm going to be adding Mehron Squirt blood, which is a very liquid-based blood, so it will mix in easily. Once I got a good red base, I used a brown shade from Mehron's Mask Cover palette to create deep undertones in the gelatin's color, making it look more like realistic burned muscle. With the second half of the batch of gelatin, I poured in just a little bit of some liquid foundation to give it a skin-colored look. As you can see, the gelatin already began to set, but that's okay because you can just heat up the gelatin in the 10-second batches as many times as you want to make it into a liquid state. Because for this application I ended up reheating the gelatin many times, I'm going to stress how important it is to first test the temperature on the back of your hand and then the inside of your wrist before applying the gelatin to your face. First, using the blood-colored gelatin, I apply it quickly to where I want my burn to be on my face. Once the gelatin has been sitting on your face for about 30 seconds and is tacky, you want to dab all over the mixture to create an uneven texture. This is super important to create ridges and holes to make the burn look more three-dimensional. I added many layers of gelatin on top of this to create different depths, stippling on top of the tacky mixture as I went. With burns, normal facial features tend to get melted away, so I focused a lot on creating strands of gelatin that would reach from the tip of my nose to my inner cheekbone to make it look like my nose was melting away and had lost its shape. As you can see, I'm using my finger to add a very light layer of the gelatin in order to transition it down on the edges of the burn. So here's the final look at the first layer of gelatin that I'm using. Going in with the Mehron ProColorRing Bruise Makeup Palette in black and brown, I'm going to paint inside of the deeper holes and ridges of the gelatin to create shadows to show dimension in the burn. I then used the red from the same palette to shade around my eyelid and connect any gelatin areas to create a smooth transition. These cream paints are very easy to blend out into your skin, which allows you to kind of show where the burn is less severe. Now we're going to heat up the beige colored gelatin and apply this skin goo all over your face. It's okay if it drips. I personally think it adds to the gore of the burn, but it's up to you how much or little you want your fake skin to be dripping off of your burn. I then focused on creating the strings of gelatin melting away my nose again, and celebrated when I got a really good one to stay. It's okay if you're using gelatin around your eyebrow area because gelatin, even if it gets in your eyebrows, can be washed out with warm water. I reheat the gelatin for 10 seconds again to add multiple layers of melting skin. I repaint over my eyelid and blend out the surrounding areas with the red cream paint, and then go back in to add some browns for dimension again. Although it is going to seem counterproductive at first, I use Mehron's ColorSet powder to spread it all over the entire piece to eliminate the shine that makes this burn look fake. Because this process also does dull the colors, we go back in and do a light paint job on the burn, using the red and brown from the Bruise wheel palette to bring out the colors from earlier. I'm going to place Mehron's Sweat and Tears serum all over the burn, because especially in second-degree burns, blistering and burned areas appear wet due to an attempt from the body trying to cool off the area. Using some coagulated blood gel from Mehron, I'm going to place this blood all up in the holes of the burn to make it appear more gory, because who doesn't like gore? Here is the finished version of the burned face makeup tutorial using 2 different types of gelatin. Thank you all so much for watching my Special Effects Basics series.
Hot. Burn, baby, burn. Just go burn. Whew.